Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Tonight's about summer vacays, right, Savea?
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. You guys are just going to love it. It's going to be like, what?
I just got to notice that we're live.
You did? Okay, that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Does that mean I need to check the pulse?
Check pulse. Let's see.
Check the pulse.
What's the pulse? What's the pulse?
I don't know.
What's your pulse? Your pulse even going?
I have a pulse. I'm not a vampire. And a matter of fact, for some reason,
You're not a vampire?
I'm not a vampire. Did you see a little thing that said Dancing Bears Live in the corner of the old screen?
Yeah. What?
In the corner of the whole screen, did you see a little flash up? Because I'm wondering if that was. Well, let's turn that down.
Wait, what? You saw a little flash of what?
I thought a little thing that said Dancing Bears Now Live in the corner of the hold screen, like the computer just gave me like a notice, a notification.
Huh. I don't
know if that was on one computer or another computer.
I don't know. You guys were live. So, hey, everyone, if you guys are watching us, please tell us you're there because we've been using this streaming software and sometimes it looks like seriously no one even knows we're here. So it's kind of weird because we have been doing it this way for like about 4 or 5 shows. And it's just been very weird in regards to how many people that actually sound and that, they reply to us. And then what was really weird, James, is that Carol Ann asked me, she said, hey, are you guys still doing the Friday thing? I'm like, of course. So I was like, what the heck? I hope everyone realizes we're here and we're doing this. So
yeah, because I'm sharing right now. I'm doing my job. I'm sharing. But we do this show for our audience, be it Savea and I, and 1 or 2 more, or 1,000 more.
Yes,
preferably 1,000 more.
Yeah, there's so many people that love this show.
We need your help for our corporate sponsorship.
Yes. Guys, help us share this to your news feed. I'm sharing it right now. Share.
I'm doing that too. I'm doing my part.
Do your part.
I am. Geez, quit bothering me.
Spread the word because sharing is caring. Let's see.
Okay. I shared and tagged a bunch of people.
This is a fun summer vacay special, guys. Okay, let's see. I'm going to tag tons of people. Let's see who I'm going to tag. My friend Myra, my friend Tawny, Tabitha, Linda, Maya, Karen.
You already named 5 more friends.
Carol Ann, Jennifer, Sabrina, Candace, Richard, Scott, Vivian, Shawnee, Cara, Burl, Kelsey, Sandra, Devin.
That will work.
Okay, so I'm posting that to share those people. And guess what? It's almost 10. It's almost 10, guys. It's almost 10. Let me go grab my drink really quick.
Go grab your drink really quick.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, while Savea's going over and getting your drink, y'all, we're going to pull another joke on her since she decided to leave the camera and let just me at the helm right here. So when you get a chance, about 5 minutes into the show, ask Savea why she hasn't tied her right shoe. Again, you don't leave comments. Why did Savea not tie her right shoe? I hear a dog in the background growling. I don't know. It sounds like she's fighting a bad guy in the back there, and her dog's helping her. Quite, but yeah, we're going to be going live here. I know it's 10 o'clock. We're waiting for Savea to get back, and we'll do the countdown, and we'll start the show. Just remember, at 10:05, y'all post, Savea, why haven't you tied your right shoe? I like doing that to her because she's like, what?
Problem.
What happened to the dog?
Chewy was chasing after the cat.
Well, at least not the cat chasing after Chewy.
Yeah, but he's just being kind of mean,
Amazing. It only happens when you're live with 1,000 people watching.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Okay.
Right now, we've got Vivian Bennett watching, and we've got
Vivian.
We got the bear watching.
Yay, Burl. Did you say Burl?
No, bear.
Oh, okay.
This is Jose Bear.
Okay, Jose. Okay. You ready?
I think, Vivian says hi, everyone. All right,
Hi.
we ready for countdown?
Yes, let's do this.
Okay. 10,
9,
9,
8,
8.
7,
I'm going to do this like an echo. 7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3, 3,
2,
2, 2, 2,
1. Woohoo!
1, 1, 1. What comes after 1? Either way, showtime.
0. Woo!
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Avea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. On tonight's show, summer vacations. Hey, do fish go on vacation? The answer is no, because they're always in school. I know, folks. Hey, just go with it. Hate me, but love the show. Speaking of, it's time to start the show. Hey, Savannah, you dancing?
Yes, I am. Woohoo!
I don't believe you, because you are not. When you came around, you were like, still. I'm dancing. It was like, I'm too dignified.
Yeah, I know. You know, everyone, it looks like you're on the beach, but I'm at the store.
What kind of witchcraft is that? Do you float? Do you float when we try to prove you're a witch? What also floats? Some very small rocks and ducks.
No. So, James, hey, tell us, how was your week?
I don't know, but you seem to not catch my Monty Python for reference. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
The good news, to keep up with the opening of shows, Palm Springs Village Fest, the board of the Palm Springs Village Fest, which is the weekly art market that was happening until the start of the pandemic, which we show at weekly, almost every year, almost year round. The director, Jasmine Waits, went in front of the Palm Springs City Council to talk about reopening and their plans. I was watching. It was a long city council meeting. It started at 5:30 in the afternoon, and she finally came on the agenda at 11:05 at night. This is Thursday last week, so
Oh my
a week and a day ago. But they came on, and she made a very good quest. I was working with them a little bit on the reopening phases, and they're having a mini Village Fest art market to celebrate the reopening of California on June 15th in downtown Palm Springs. Elk Rack Traders will be there.
Cool.
And then starting Thursday, July 1st, and every week after, Elk Rack Traders will be there.
Yay.
So it's happening. So there's been a lot of work on that, because it's a lot of scrambling.
Yes.
Get things ready and be on our game.
Yeah.
What's going on with Dancing Bear?
Well, we actually had a very eventful week. We've been very busy. We've been selling graduation stoles like crazy. I think we only have 4, maybe 5 left. We sold a ton of them. And if there's enough demand, we will make some more. We can make small amount more if we can. And we hired 2 new employees. So we're very excited about it. It's that our company's growing a bit, and we actually really need 2 employees more. We are losing 1 employee. She's moving to Arizona, but these 2 new employees we're really excited about. So it's very exciting.
Are they named Jay and Silent Bob?
Almost. They actually did apply, but we decided they probably weren't really Dancing Bear material. So I figured, it's maybe just not the best fit.
What is Dancing Bear material?
For one, everyone has to be nice. So I don't know. I mean, that's one of the...
When we at Elk Rack, when we interview new employees, there's a UFC ring.
Oh, so you have them do the test. They have to do tests.
Ultimate Fighting.
Yes. Okay.
We have the formal, and we looked at their LinkedIn. We looked at LinkedIn links. We have the formal interview that we require in a suit and tie. And immediately after the suit and tie, we go over. They have to pass a physical test to be able to stand up to the rigors of Elk Rack. Mm-hmm. So we put them in a UFC Ultimate Fighting ring.
Cool.
In a suit.
Nice.
Yes.
And
some of them don't expect it. Some are intimidated. But ultimately, well, so we sell tickets and do pay-per-view for our job interviews.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
Well, Vivian's laughing.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yep. Graduation stalls. There's been a lot. I mean, the graduations this week, it seems like every school district everywhere has got it going right now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, folks, we were actually tonight, originally, we were going to have the show be interviewing high school students about their time in school during the pandemic. And we've actually switched that to next week because a lot of them have graduation parties to go to because two of the students, high school students we're going to be interviewing, have just graduated high school. And we've moved that next week just because, you know, they want to like be able to do, you know, celebrate with the family. They're excited. So we had to switch around and be cognizant of that. So hence next week, and we switch around shows to it. Did I just talk belch? I think I just
a little bit.
Huh?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm going to try to calm that down because
too much Pepsi
made me do it.
Too much Pepsi.
Yeah. So we had to switch around. There's a lot of that, but I mean, they sold a lot of stalls. That's cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great. Yay.
As a matter of fact, I got invited to like 3 high school graduations this week. It's like I could make one.
Yeah.
Just working
it's
everything.
Hard. It's hard because, you know, it's like you want to go, but there's only so much time in the day, you know?
Well, a lot of it is that, you know, the schools are issuing like 2 and 3 tickets. Matter of fact, Bear, I know you're watching. I know you're I believe, please correct me, I think you're a principal of a school. If you don't mind sharing with us in the Facebook comments, let us know what grade, and let us know how many tickets were handed out per family for the high school graduations of the school, because I believe you teach at a high school. Let us know. But you know, a lot of the families are getting like 2, 3 tickets to get to or just enough for the family or maybe brothers. And every high school graduation I got invited to has been streamed on YouTube.
Oh wow!
Which makes it fun because I can block that video, download the part, and then send them a congratulations.
Yeah.
I've got where one kid walked, there's a little applause, and all of a sudden I'm there with a waving flag and fireworks behind me going, "He graduated! Yay!" 2 out of the 3 liked the videos.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what? It's nice to do that because that's something that maybe it takes a little bit of your time, but at the same time, people love to see that. You know, people love to see that.
It's a big time graduation. I mean, they've been working at it, you know, 18 years, 17 years, 4 years in high school. Hopefully none of them are on a 6-year plan to graduate. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
One thing we got to celebrate is we got something coming up in 1 week.
What do you have coming up?
Just a few hours of 1 week from now.
Oh, what's going on?
Drum class.
Oh yeah, you're right. We have a drum class, guys, and we actually have had a lot of signups. I think that as of right now, we only have 3 more spots in the 8 a.m. class. And if we do fill those spots, then we'll have the second class open. So, and it is a lot of fun, guys. It's a lot of fun. You really would
run over and grab a hand drum again like last week.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to run and grab, and I'll talk about our show really quick for those that haven't.
I'll be real fast. No funny jokes.
Okay.
No talking to the audience pulling jokes on me. Right,
I won't.
All right, I'm done.
Why are they asking? Why is Vivian asking me why is my right shoe untied? Oh, he walked away. Anyway, hey everyone. So, for those of you who have signed up or signed into our show right now, if you don't know about our show, we actually do the show every week at 10 p.m. We stream this show live, or it's a live previously recorded. Sometimes that will happen. I'm filming right now. Anyway, so we actually we do this every week at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we do the show purely for everyone because we want everyone to have fun, and make sure to like our Facebook pages, Dancing Bear and Elk Rack, and then also if you want to follow our Dancing Bear's YouTube channel and want to say hi to everyone. This is Rachel. She says hi. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. We do this show for everybody except for you, Larry Glandiskowski from Casper, Wyoming. We don't want you to watch this show. Craig, Bear, Vivian, you're all awesome.
Yes.
Anyway, so we have the hand drum making class at Dancing Bear Indian Trader, taught by world famous supreme drum leader from Drum Planet, me. Matter of fact, it's kind of cool because as I'm talking, the mic won't pick it up, but I'm hearing like this cool echo from the drum. That's so awesome. Anyway, we'll have a class on how to teach how to make a 15-inch Native American style hand drum made with elk hide. Here's the back of it. You'll be learning how to do the old style wrap right here. You'll be learning how to make the drumstick. Not one like this. This is like a 30-year-old drumstick that needs to be rebeated. And but a wood beater for the drum. You'll learn about some of the drum structure, the song structure and songs that go with the native hand drum, and the protocol and etiquette and a bit of the history of the hand drum and how it fits into a native gathering. Yes. We talked about that, and we'll be showing a bit about pow drum. And you get a cook craft class, a history lesson, a cultural lesson, and entertainment. Yay! And you get to see Savannah and I in the same place.
Yes.
And understand why she tolerates me so much.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Is that the word we're using now?
Yes.
Okay. But class is you can sign on, go to Dancing Bear Indian Traders the website, because I couldn't remember the word website because we're on the internet. Websites. Anyway, go to their website, look for it. Classes, there's still room, as Savea said. Come be a part of the fun. See us both in one place. And if you don't, I hope you enjoy picking dandelions out of the collar of your Chihuahua. We all have priorities.
Yeah. So hey, James, yes. We were talking about it earlier today. We have some news. Some of our friends, they got furry babies in the last week at the same, within the same week.
Absolutely. I didn't get the pictures, but did you get a picture?
No.
I got one on my phone. No, we'll just say it. Yeah. 2 of our viewers became pet parents. I've never used that term before. It's never come on my lips, but I'm doing it. Dog owner is one word, but pet parents. We want to say a shout out to Maya.
Yes.
Who just became a pet parent.
I believe the dog's name is Brody. He's a Chihuahua mix.
Gotcha. And to Wendy Hodge, one of our viewers. She just got a pug and what she calls weenie dog. I'm a cross of a pug and a weenie dog. Must be one of the doggies, dachshunds. Mix that she named, you're going to love it, Colonel Mustard. From Clue.
That is awesome. That's like the best name.
Oh, she's creative with names. It's awesome. It's funny.
That's really awesome.
In fact, I think we might have to, I'm going to see if I can show a picture by the end of the show. And if we do, I might have to pay one of our viewers a visit and introduce Colonel Mustard.
Yes, I like it.
It will be competition from Princess Leia.
Oh, Princess Leia would win hands down, though. I don't know.
Does this mean we need to put them in a UFC boxing ultimate fighting ring?
Oh, no, she's not a fighter. She's a little sweetheart. She doesn't do that.
Well, it does sound like we know who the foregone conclusion of the winner is there. Say it out loud. 1, 2, 3. Colonel Mustard.
Okay.
Am I being weird for you tonight?
I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I want to show a little bit.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about our summer vacations?
Let's get on to the subject of the show. Summer vacations. So with it just become, last weekend was Memorial Day, the official kickoff of summer. Things are starting to open up. Unfortunately for our neighbors to the north, the border is still closed for the foreseeable future. That stinks. Greg, I want to see Craig Mahura, who's watching. I freaking want to see you on the Green River again. Known Craig, he's watching. Good viewer from one of our big fans from north of the border. But a lot of people are able to start going out and traveling around without the fast mask, without the restrictions we had a year ago. So we got to start thinking summer vacations. Savannah, where's some of the places you used to go on summer vacation that you enjoyed?
So when I was a kid, we used to have to go to Japan. And that, when I was a kid, I really didn't want to go because I wanted to hang out with my friends. I want to go to the pool. I want to go to the beach during the summer. And so many times I'd have to go to Japan. My dad he has his family in Japan, and then we would go see, because my dad lived he was living in Taiwan and living in all these different countries in Asia, so we had to go visit him. And it was really a great experience. Like, thinking back, like, it was pretty cool that we got a chance to go and see a lot of different things as kids. And so that was what our summer vacations usually were as kids.
It's like, I don't want to go to grandma's house up in Banning. I don't
Yeah.
want to go to Japan.
Yeah. I know, right? But yeah, like, thinking back, it's like, wow, we went to Japan, we went to Thailand, we went to Hong Kong, we went to Singapore.
Was this the 1980s, right?
In the 90s.
The 90s?
The late 80s, because we didn't
late
really
80s,
go,
early 90s,
yeah,
early 90s. So you were just a little bit before the song from the 80s going, I'm turning Japanese, I'm turning Japanese.
after.
It was after. I know it was after, but imagine, well, tying it over. Okay, that joke went nowhere. All right.
Yeah, I know. If it was
It was
before.
a valiant attempt.
Well, I am Japanese, so.
What?
I am Japanese. I'm half Japanese.
How cool is that? All this time I did not really. I just thought you talked about Japan to just show off.
Okay, did you hear me? I said that my dad is Japanese.
So you're what?
I'm half Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm half Japanese. I'm a
Yeah, I
quarter
need more Pepsi, apparently. Folks, I gotta admit, folks, a little explanation. It's been a long day. Tomorrow is what's called National Trails Day. I'm running a very large shoreline cleanup at Lake Paris State Recreation Area. The Rangers love us for it. We've got 50 people coming for this. I've got to be there at 6 in the morning, which means I leave my house at 4:30 in the morning, which means long day, short night. So I'm very caffeinated right now, tired and caffeinated. So little explanation. But back to the show thing. Okay. So for us, when we did vacations as a kid, we'd go a lot of times out to my grandfolks' place out in Aztec, New Mexico. And with my grandparents, my granddad, with what he knew, we'd spend a fair amount of time on the eastern half of the Navajo reservation just because of where he lived. And it was very nice to be able to tour some of the areas in the canyons before it became required, justifiably so, to have a tribal member who is the tour guide. So you cannot go unless you're escorted by the tour guides to these areas. But riding horse around Shiprock, right up to Shiprock, and those places. It was pretty special to do that. And we used to visit family in Bureau Valley, and it was working vacations, I think you would call it. We'd go down there and work cattle. But occasionally there'd be trips out, back east and whatnot. But most of it is either New Mexico, Aztec, New Mexico, or Imperial Valley. Occasionally, a few times we went horsepacking out in the Sierras. We go horsepacking out in Joshua Tree National Monument at the time. And we do 5-day horsepacking trips with that. So I talk like that these days, and kids are like, "You like I'm something from the Old West."
Well, hey, that's
pretty
pretty
vacations
cool.
for us.
Taking horses out for camping trips. Hello, yeah, that's totally like all the cowboy movies that you watch, like on the movies. Like, they ride their horses and they turn a campfire on and they tie their horses up and they sleep on their pack roll as a pillow. I don't know.
Usually it's a blanket roll, except we use sleeping bags. Okay.
That's cool.
It's not fun when a monsoon comes through.
Horse gets hit by lightning. No. Last summer that we went out before COVID happened in 2019, we made a trip to Fort Duchesne, 4th of July weekend. We did their powwow, their family. It was like their family powwow. It was like almost like 4 or 5 days long, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, Fort Duchesne's way up there in Utah, and I've heard a lot of neat stories about that powwow.
Yeah, and so we decided, because we were invited to go to the Navajo Nation powwow 4th of July weekend. It was the weekend after. We decided, well, let's stay in the area and kind of do a little bit of sightseeing. So we went down from Fort Duchesne to Window Rock, and we actually stopped in Moab. And that is a very cool park. I had no idea that that park existed, and it was really cool because when I saw we saw all of the different sites, like all of the different spots to go into the park. We stopped at all the parks and took a look, and it was really funny because I think like 2 days after we went to Moab, they have the arch that's on the Utah plate in Moab. So you guys, if you've seen the Utah license plate where there's like an arch where there's like a hole, that rock exists in Moab. I think it's called like the Delicate Arch.
Was it in the national park or south of Moab?
It was in the national park.
Yeah.
We took a picture from the distance because it was just way too much of a hike, and it was over 100 degrees outside. And it was really hot there. But we were watching TV in the hotel room, and Indiana Jones came on. And the very first thing we saw, I'm like, oh my God, it's Moab. Like the kids at the very beginning of the movie are hiking through this valley, and it's the Moab National Park. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
And that was a very beautiful space. It was so gorgeous. And that was the last trip that we took Bambi on that was like kind of a special trip for him before he passed away.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of a cool trip.
I think if you could call it vacations with me, my last couple of road trips have been Moab. I'll be there actually in 2 weeks, and doing some climbing and some kayaking. And it is a beautiful area. I mean, Arches National Park. I've actually never been to it because it's so freaking crowded. It's one of the busiest parks. What's the Mighty Five in Utah is Arches, Canyonlands, Zion, and two others I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Isn't it also Dinosaur?
Dinosaur National Monument. That's not one of the big 5 national parks. The other one's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember. We can probably Google it. Audience, if you know, put it down in the comments. Let us know what the other two, what's called the Mighty Five, which are the national parks in Utah. The ones I usually go to is Canyonlands. It's much less busy, but Arches is absolutely gorgeous area. I mean, when you go south of Moab on the highway and you start to get like past Spanish Valley and Monticello, you got that tourist trap on the side of the mountain and that huge arch. Matter of fact, I should probably do a little clip of the show when I'm over at Corona Arch here in 2 weeks, which is famous for rock swings. It's like 156 foot tall. It's the largest arch on Bureau of Land Management land in the country.
Yeah,
I will have to go do a thing about that.
What's crazy about those arches is what's crazy about that whole space is that the wind that's going through that park is eroding the rocks, and it's natural. Like it's a natural eroding of the rocks, and what's happening is there's bits of it that have fallen. Like there were like arches, like there's the holes and there's arches, and it got so weak that they actually crumbled. So it seems like maybe it's better to go sooner than later if you want to see it where it hasn't changed, because that kind of erosion, the wind erosion, I don't think there's anything they can do about it, because that's like 100% natural. I mean, that's not anything that can be
you
changed.
let it do its natural process on that one. It's an ongoing process because the geology of the area. There's actually a couple of arches, natural arches in Joshua Tree National Park. They're not shown. It's, people don't want to put where the location are at, because your Instagrammers go over there and start doing selfies, and it'll start getting crowded like crazy. Matter of fact, one of the arches, there's one arch that's in Canyonlands that overlooks the Colorado River, and it's called Gateway Arch. It is east facing, so the crowd, it's like a half-mile walk from the parking lot, and every summer it gets really crowded because the arches are probably maybe 20 feet long, 6 or 8 feet high, but it faces east when you're looking at it toward the rising sun. And you've got the La Salle Mountains right there. And this actually happened several months ago, but there was a lot of photographers that came in. They come in starting like 3 a.m. to jockey for position. They've got their fancy $1,000, $2,000 DSLR cameras out there. They've got their $1,000 tripods, graphite tripods, whatever, right there. So you start coming in until you've got like 50 photographers all lined up in 2 rows, interlocking legs right at the tripods, and they're looking. And this one, and you get an entitled tourist that comes out there with their iPhone, walks in front of all the cameras right before the sun's about to come up, and you get the great glow out there from the sunrise. And the dudes, he comes over, starts shooting pictures, and people are like, get out of the way. They're like foaming at the mouth, like, get out of the way. We've been here for hours. We want to get the picture of the sunrise through the arch. And so the tourist goes, oh, I have just enough right to be here as you do. Goes over, kicks some dirt on one of the guys, foot slips, knocks over the tripod, and that is a set of dominoes. Knocks over to, it's estimated that $50,000 worth of cameras, lenses, and tripods are on the ground broken. The tourist ranger came over there and to defuse it very quickly, but the guy that started ended up with a broken wrist, several scrapes, several bruises, limping a little bit, and has become known as the Battle of Gateway Arch.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this has made the news much. I was learning about this, going, holy snot! But it tells you how quick, how popular these areas have gotten, and everyone gets their picture. And there's a lot of other issues, but dang, when I read that, I was like,
that is crazy, ridiculous. I hope that guy pays for those cameras.
I don't know what the outcome was. All I can think of is just the collective gasp and unconventional on the air cuss words that we got invented.
Wow.
From that, and and it's like from a movie. I'm like, ho. Anyway.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, even like in San Diego here, there's a rock. It's called Potato Chip Rock.
Yes.
And there's actually it's like the way that it looks like this thin rock, like, and people sit on the very edge. Like, imagine my hand is the rock, right? And you have someone, I'm taking props around from where, like, okay, this is good. So imagine this, my hand's the rock, and there's this person that sits on the very edge of the rock, right? And it looks like the way that the angle is, it looks like they're literally on a very thin piece. I mean, it looks like paper thin, and they're standing like, yay, on top of it.
Of the rock. There's a rock like that in Brazil, though. It's in the Bay above Brazil. That's very
yeah. And then there's people that take pictures where they're like, they like hang from it, and it's like, it's really like you just have to do the angle, so it looks like they're hanging over the ocean or whatnot. But it's crazy because that rock, I heard that people line up. It's like a huge line.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like 2 hours just to get a photo, where you wait in line. You literally wait for almost 2 hours to get the right photo.
It's the Instagram crowd right now. There's actually a place called Horseshoe Bend. What's called?
Oh yeah, Horseshoe Bend. I know that.
Yeah, Glen Canyon above Lee's Ferry, where people will launch to go down and do 2, 3, 4 week trips down the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It used to be like just nobody really knew about it. It was just there. But you start getting somebody taking a selfie, the next person, to the point in the last 5 years, the National Park Service has had to just start doing organized paths, parking, reservations, and there's still a long line of people that went over and get their selfie, their picture of Horseshoe Bend.
Yeah.
And it's that quick sight that you have. It's actually now becoming very much encouraged with what's called leave no trace with camping in national parks and national monuments. You know what? To actually, you can take your picture, but you do not tag the location.
Wow.
Not that it's encouraged, so you don't get crowds coming over there and overrunning these places. Prime examples of something. I mean, there's some sacred areas of Native nations that are like, don't tag this, don't put up pictures. We don't want visitors. We don't want it destroyed.
Yeah.
And then if you get that, you get an example of what can happen with Horseshoe Bend or the Battle of Gateway Arch.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened. That's crazy.
Yeah. Matter of fact, should we go visit and talk about some of the best visited national parks?
Yeah. Why don't we do that, James?
Let's go, folks. We're going to give you 5 choices of places you might want to be able to go on vacation. Some more well-known, some more accessible, some might be evidently popular, and some you may not have known about. We're just going to talk about a few of them right quick, but let me go get this queued up. Give me a second here and start talking about more about the, summer vacation. So let me get a share screen going because there's a few clicks to do here. And ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Best of the national parks to visit this summer, as compiled by Survey and I. Thank you for shutting off my camera.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because I was about to go do that. All right. So we want to start off with, obviously, we have Yellowstone National Park, the nation's first park, and I believe one of the largest, if not the second or first largest, in the lower 48 states of the U.S. Known for what's known as, right there, you see what's called the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, that gorgeous waterfall. And you got, geysers. 2/3 of the world's geysers are located in Yellowstone because, it's the caldera of an active volcano.
Active volcano
In the prismatic springs right there. That's created by, the heat, the sulfur, the boiling water, the geothermal activity. It's absolutely gorgeous. And also, it's the home of a lot of wildlife where you have traffic jams created by a herd of bison. What did the buffalo say when his son left for school?
What did the buffalo say when some what's
the buffalo dad say to his buffalo son when he goes off to school?
I don't
Bison.
know. Bison.
Okay.
I was like, I knew it's going to be something cheesy like that.
Well, I can only tell dad jokes on these shows, okay?
Okay, all right.
God forbid. Okay, so home to bison, grizzly, and black bear, elk, and more recently, transplanted from Idaho, the wolves. I think it's either Idaho or Minnesota. But one thing you don't want to do with the wildlife is stick a baby bison in your SUV thinking you're rescuing it, or going over to stock to get a good picture of an elk that can easily horn you with its elk horn. Yeah. So those two things that you definitely do not want to do in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
What you also don't want to do is play dances with bison and go over and try to get a close up of a bear. Strongly discouraged.
Good advice. That's very good advice.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got stories. So those two things you don't want to definitely do in Yellowstone. Watch out for that. Our next is more accessible for those who are our viewers in Southern California, is Joshua Tree National Park, home of the southernmost stretches of the Mojave Desert, and where you've got these big upturned rocks that happen on the edge of the desert as it begins to meet the Colorado Desert. And you've got the picture there of the famous Joshua Tree. Here, popular activities include rock climbing. Big, beautiful granite slabs right there. I actually go climbing there about once or twice a month. Love it. There's a lot of bouldering. Also a great place for hikes. The best time to visit Joshua Tree is between the months of October and April. If you like to visit in July or August, you can participate in one of the famous outdoor activities of frying an egg on the granite rock at 9 a.m. Yes, it gets very, very hot. Matter of fact, today here in India it was 112.
Oh my goodness.
It was hot. Our next stop is Grand Canyon National Park. World famous, huge area. Grand Canyon, 270 miles long. Very well known. But Grand Canyon is also, if not one of the top two or top three visited national parks in the United States. And there's actually I think 64 or something national parks. There's a lot. Some bigger than others, some more well-known than the others. But you have a big crowd. But places you want to look at that give you fantastic views, because Grand Canyon is so big. If you wander far enough, you can find some isolated areas, especially on the North Rim. And you can go look at Ooh-Ah Point. Can you want to say that with me again? Ooh-Ah Point.
What is that?
When you look over there, it makes you go, ooh-ah, and point.
Really?
Yes. Matter of fact, but you don't want to read some people or believe some people's opinions about the Grand Canyon. This is a real thing. Whoopity-doo, Grand Canyon. You're a giant hole in the ground.
Wow.
Yes. So let's ignore that, some people's opinions, and love nature's beauty. And also things you don't want to do in Grand Canyon is don't get over the rails to get your Instagram shot. Don't do what this lady's doing in the middle, because that is not an optical illusion.
Oh my God, what a crazy lady.
And then don't try to hike Bright Angel Trail that goes from the rim down to the bottom of the canyon in winter.
Oh my goodness. Slippery.
Because those are trails. That is an ice-covered trail with people hiking down it.
Oh my God.
In a canyon.
Wow.
It could be 18 miles wide and a mile deep.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. That's craziness.
Yes. So don't do what they're doing.
Wow. Yeah.
Our next one, our last national park we're going to talk about tonight, is Gates of the Arctic National Park and Preserve, located right there in the red, way up in northern Alaska.
Wow.
There's not much to say about, Gates of the Arctic. It's a long drive, but here you can see, if you want isolation, it's the least visited national park in the U.S. because
Wow.
of inaccessibility.
Hmm.
There's no roads that really lead to it, except they're really rough, no paved roads too much, but you get the isolation. But if you want to get there, if you want to drive from Southern California, it's only a 65-hour drive straight at 3,659 miles away.
Wow.
Way up there. So we're going from here, follow the cursor, up. And it's only 64 hours if you go up through Idaho.
Wow.
Yes. So,
That's crazy.
I don't know if I want to go that far for a powwow
Yeah.
and then go sightseeing afterward.
That's pretty far.
Yes. You go beyond any trees, all into tundra.
Yes.
That's the punchline to this national park. So that takes care of our short lecture and our short presentation on national parks that you could go visit. There's many others like Rocky Mountain National Park, and that should be like that.
Wait.
There's my camera.
Okay, there's my camera.
There's my camera.
So I guess I blew the secret of San Diego because Wendy Hodge said she looked up potato chip rock and now she knows where it is.
Oh, great. Now we're going to have Wendy Hodge standing there with Colonel Mustard.
Is now going to go on a potato chip rock.
She's going to be eating a thing of Doritos.
I know.
Colonel Mustard.
Oh, gosh.
Going, look, I found the rock.
I must bring some dip for that potato chip.
Yes, and by the way, Wendy, if you watched us, came on late, we're talking about Colonel Mustard. We're talking wiener dog mix.
Yeah, yeah. So, James, do you have a slide for my part of the presentation?
Do I have a slide for your part?
Yeah.
You never sent them to me.
Oh, no, I'm saying, do you have a title slide for me?
Yes, I do, but I'm not going to show it because I'm conceited.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, then I can just share my screen. You may do that? Okay. So, guys, now James told you about the national parks.
The big, beautiful ones. Beautiful, bold.
Yeah. And I found some kind of weird or kind of unique places to go visit. And maybe you want to go visit them. I don't know. But I thought these were kind of cool, kind of a different thing. So this is the first one that I found. What the heck is that? That sounds like the guy from King of the Hill. What the heck?
What the heck, Bobby?
So this is actually a sculpture under a bridge. It's called the Fremont Troll. It's underneath an overpass in Seattle, Washington's Fremont district. This troll has been a spooky presence since 1990. He was built by 4 local artists as a part of a competition promoting urban renewal. Standing 5.5 meters in height, the bearded giant clutches a sculpture of a Volkswagen Beetle in one hand while propping himself up with the other, giving him the appearance of climbing out of the ground. The Fremont Troll has become a beloved part of the neighborhood, charming locals and attracting visitors from all over the world. Isn't that kind of a cool thing?
Yes. Now that we got some context for it, because I wanted to legitimately look at it, I'm going, now I appreciate it. You turned off your camera.
I know, I turned off my camera.
I will do that too then.
Okay, all right. So the next thing I was going to show you guys. Okay, so this one is really cool. I found this one. This one's in Florida. And this one is made completely out of coral rock. It's called Coral Castle. And what it is, it says, okay, Florida is the home to many kitschy attractions and one-of-a-kind wonders that have beckoned tourists for decades. However, none as uniquely eccentric as the Coral Castle. Located about 50 kilometers southwest of Miami, the castle was built by Latvian immigrant Ed Lead Skalinin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Using nearly 1,000 metric tons of coral rock, the construction of this magnificent structure is a cause for a bit of speculation from Florida natives. Many believe that Lead Skalinin used supernatural abilities since he constructed the castle by himself without any machinery. Now it's on the National Register of Historic Places. The castle is a museum and is open for daily tours.
I think, if I may, I've always wanted to see that place, and we've got some viewers saying the same thing. But yeah, there's like supposed to be like this like huge slab of coral that's balancing that rotates around as an entrance. I mean, I remember seeing this place on Ripley's Believe It or Not that was hosted by Jack Palance.
Wow.
A long time ago. I always wanted to see that place. That's cool.
Yeah, so I thought, this could be really cool. Like to go, there's a lot of really neat things around the U.S. to go drive to and just to go see. I thought this was pretty neat. Okay, and then so the last thing I'm going to show you guys is, hold on a second, let me get the info on that. The next one is called Carhenge. And says, you can't get any weirder than Carhenge, a replica of England's Stonehenge made entirely out of old painted cars in western Nebraska. Located in the middle of the prairie, about 250 kilometers northeast of Cheyenne, Wyoming, Carhenge is truly an off-the-beaten-path attraction. In 1987, artist Jim Reindeers created Carhenge out of 39 vintage automobiles as a way to study the design of Stonehenge and attempt to determine its purpose. Due to its popularity, a visitor center was constructed in 2006 to offer more information about this quirky U.S. treasure. So I got this information from a website called visittheusa.com, and I searched for 5 are weird, cool places to visit in the USA.
I like the Carhenge.
Yeah, so this was kind of there's just a whole bunch of really kind of neat places to check out, and maybe we're stuck here. Like if some of us can't travel to other countries for the summer, there's a lot of stuff to see here in the U.S.
Absolutely. I mean, even locally, can be some quirky places. I was hoping to visit, but it didn't quite happen yesterday when I had to make a trip down to Imperial Valley. There's actually a place along the old Highway 111 that takes you from like Indio, Coachella, down to like Milan, Calipatria, down in Imperial Valley. It's like that part of Southern California. It's all farms. It looks like a slice of Texas. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you go through there and you start getting by the Salton Sea, you actually come across this thing called the International Banana Museum. Never mind, we live in a climate that is definitely not conducive to growing bananas. So it's like, why? And it's on the edge of a very large palm tree orchard. But you go over there and you go in front, and there's like this beautiful Mustang that's got all these banana logos on it, and chromed and custom parts that he spent lots of money on about bananas. And then you go in and you learn more and see more merchandise about bananas in this relatively medium-sized building, almost medium-sized. Going, I had no idea. It's been closed since the start of the pandemic, but it's 25, 30 minutes from my house, and I want to go in. I've been outside. I've actually shot a couple scenes for the past show in front of the International Banana Museum that showed last summer, but I'm going back and I want to go inside and do an interview and a show. Life's goals, get a tour of the International Banana Museum.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want the Whaley House. I want to do a tour in the Whaley House.
I don't know, so that doesn't sound impressive as a banana museum.
Yes, but you know what? They must really love bananas there.
They're bananas for bananas.
They're bananas.
Hey, why don't you say it with me? Huh?
They're bananas for bananas.
They're bananas for bananas. I was trying to give you lots of time to go. Say it with me. Bananas.
I was like, huh?
Oh, who needs some caffeine? All right. Our viewers are younger, older, younger, all kinds of age groups. But sometimes there's an underrepresented part of the demographics that watch our show.
Yeah.
Dealing with millennials. So, and they kind of have their own language. So we actually want to do a pitch. I believe, don't we want to do a pitch toward?
Well, see, everyone, we actually found this really interesting tour. While we were looking around the internet, we found this really interesting travel agency. Right, James?
Absolutely.
Really interesting.
We wanted to talk about them.
Yeah. So did we have a slide about their...
Actually, I believe we have a couple representatives from this travel agency that came to talk about what they do.
Okay, so do we have a slide to introduce them?
Unfortunately not.
Huh.
So let's just ask everybody to close their eyes and count to 10 right quick.
I have an idea. Why don't we turn off our cameras? Or actually, why don't you just do a whole screen? Put the whole screen up.
Because I'd have to jump from one part of the program.
Okay.
Just audience, play along with us.
Okay, I have an idea. You know what? I have an idea. This is what I'm going to do.
I'm going to have to close their eyes, count 10.
I'm going to share the screen so they can look at Carhenge.
Okay. So we're breaking out the representatives. I'll turn off my camera, Savea, fine. So we're...
Oh, you just turned it back on. I turned it off.
I turned it off. Quit controlling me. God. So we're bringing out the representatives from this Millennial Travel Agency.
Let me see if I can get the one of them to come out. Hold on.
I've got one of them here. I've let one of them into the Zoom meeting.
Okay. What's your guest's name?
My guest's name is hello Joshua. I see her in here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have Ashley in yet?
Yeah, Ashley. Hold on a second. Let me get. Hold on a second.
How long does it take to get Ashley into the room?
Ashley's taking her time. And let's see here. Hold on a second.
Jeez, and you were getting on to you and our guest that was from Elizabeth Thill were getting on to me for taking too long to get a new character.
I know.
Oh, we're not doing that because we actually have two guests.
Yes, we do. We actually have two guests. And hold on. Okay.
Don't tie the shoes.
What are you talking about?
Just tell Ashley to come in.
Okay, all right.
God, Ashley.
I know. Hold on. Let me get her.
Did she get lost?
She's just like taking her time. Hold on a second. Hold on. Ashley, come here. You need to be on the show. Come on, let's go.
What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Look at your screen.
I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to stop share and we're going to start the video.
Hello, everybody.
Oh.
So, hello. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Ashley.
You have more lines.
Okay, hold on. I have to scroll.
Come on, Ashley.
I have to scroll. And I'm Ashley, and we're the founders of YOLO, Millennial Vacations FOMO Experience.
Absolutely. We specialize in You Only Live Once, YOLO, Keep It 100 Vacations for the woke fear of missing out millennials. That's FOMO, fear of missing out. Because I don't have to explain it to you cool millennials.
So our vacations specialize in the blessed aesthetic that will make you glow up. Our YOLO FOMO vacation packages will take you to the most eclectic places that will give you the feels for reals. We know how you want exclusive experiences. You won't have to share these Gucci spots with loads of tourists because nobody has ever heard about them and they're super sick exclusive.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, our first vacay packages is a summer treat. July hot yoga in Amboy Crater. This is a dormant volcano in the Mojave Desert where you'll have where the average temperature surrounding the volcano rim is 12 degrees hotter than the surrounding desert. For sure, y'all, this is some of the best kept secrets. Hot yoga in a volcano that's really hot.
Yeah. So the hot yoga means that it will be hot. That means the impurities in your skin will also leave your body. So it'll purify your skin. And only the most elite will want to come to this experience. YOLO, right?
YOLO.
Vacation packages start at $13,000 a day with an early bird discount of $500 a day. Isn't that a good deal?
Wow. So we'll provide everything you'll need for the 3-day yoga, hot yoga retreat, except for transportation, food, water, yoga instruction, medical care, but you can arrive in a stretched heli. What?
You know what I'm saying?
You can arrive in a stretched heli. You know what I'm saying?
What? This is definitely YOLO. YOLO FOMO.
YOLO.
YOLO.
YOLO for the FOMO.
Our second vacay package is a Salton Sea Surfing. You'll be able to surf the wind-blown waves in crusty waters of the Salton Sea in the California desert. You can get a sea salt body mask included at no additional charge.
Amazing, I'll tell you. Located 126 feet below sea level, this is the largest inland lake in all of California. The water is 32 times saltier than the Pacific Ocean. There's no chance of any... What?
Totally
Ocean. That's right, because I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
I'm 29. All right. There's no chance of any waves getting away from us because we're 126 feet below sea level and water rolls downhill. There are some tasty waves. I mean, really tasty. Well, I'll tell you a secret that is. Well, okay. There's more to it because there's another page. All right. Really tasty. I'll tell you a secret. That is where the San Andreas Fault ends. This is some seriously top secret info, folks. Totally, thoroughly. You have to be insta about it, right? Okay?
Okay, wow.
You have to be insta about it.
I know. Totally insta about it, right? Vacay packages start at $4,000 a day and with a group discount of $200 a person. We'll provide the salty water for surfing. All you need to do is bring a surfboard, a tent, water, food, transportation, and entertainment. Attention, y'all. This is an at-risk vacay because you might get a little hypernatremia, which isn't a big deal. Don't worry, it never happens. YOLO.
YOLO for the FOMO.
It's definitely YOLO.
All right. Let's bring up our fourth YOLO package, vacay package here, folks. All right. Our fourth YOLO vacay package is a blindfolded bull charge at the world's biggest ball of rubber bands.
Whoa. All FOMOs won't want to miss out on this. This is the most important of our adventurous vacay packages. You'll be able to meditate to find your true inner self. Some get a concussion by running headlong into a 9,000-pound ball of rubber bands, but really, some find the light, and it's such a majorly popular package.
Totally. Guys, okay. Don't worry. There really isn't any health concerns here Yes, this may sound a little dangerous, but you'll be rewarded with the relaxation time when you are put in a luxury hospital bed for a 3 to 4 day forced stay bed rest. Yeah, awesome. That sounds like a win-win to me. I'm thinking about it.
These vacay packages start at $2,000 per blind bull run. So if you wanted to go more than one time, it's $2,000 each time.
I'm charging it now, and I'm calling my parents for more money.
Yeah, sometimes like people go maybe 3 or 4 times or 5 times. It just depends on the individual.
Uh-huh.
And there's a $15,000 night stay visit fee. And so basically you stay in a hospital room. But these rooms are luxury. So they have Wi-Fi so that you can post on your Insta and your TikToks. And so it's really a good deal. I mean, seriously, for all you influencers out there, we'll provide the reason. You just need to drive to Florida and run headlong into a 9,000-pound ball of rubber bands.
Easily. Oh, that's inspirational. Matter of fact, if you're worried about if you'll come out of this with a brain injury, then don't worry. Ashley and I do the bull run twice a week because it brings us peace of mind.
It's so good. You're just going to have the most clear mind ever. It's just so good.
Absolutely. Don't miss out on our vacay packages that are YOLO for the FOMO. All right. Let's go ahead and bring back those loser old hosts of this.
Yeah, they're such awesome old people. Show. They're OPs, guys. Okay, so Savea, she wants to put on that Carhenge thing again. So we're gonna look at that.
Bring up the Carhenge. And welcome back. I'm coming back, folks. All right. Well, that was hot, stylish millennials.
That was weird.
No, they're inspirational.
They are?
Yes. It's actually taking a long time to leave the room.
Yeah, I know. It's just so weird. I don't know why, because like Ashley is just sitting here in front of the camera and she's doing this weird thing. I don't know what she's doing. She's being weird.
Okay, well, right now, let me go ahead and go a couple comments from. Oh, wait. Is that Savea back?
She just keeps looking at. It's so weird. She just keeps looking at the camera like, what's going on?
All that Joshua had to do was take off a hat and sunglasses.
I don't know.
That's some crazy stuff.
I'm back here.
You're back. Okay, you want to unshare?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that was inspirational. Let's go ahead and see what some of our audience says. Wendy says she's always hot yoga in a volcano.
Yeah.
Very stylish millennials.
Yes. And yeah.
Absolutely.
It's definitely, I was thinking that hot yoga thing actually sounded kind of cool. Like it might be a really cool experience. Because I was thinking that maybe like the impurities, like to get the impurities out of my skin, I was like, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's the other elements that brings in that might be a little too much for the human body. It's like trying to go over and take a sauna bath in Prismatic Springs. That will not go well.
Huh. I wonder if there's any other people do it. Maybe we should look and see, maybe in between shows, maybe we should go check to see if anyone has actually posted pictures on Instagram or TikTok about going to these different millennial vacations.
We should, because I'll be driving by one in a couple weeks. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Well,
so to bring the show back down a little bit, we've got so many wonderful national parks to visit and vacation spots that not everybody sees the beauty in our national parks.
Yes.
And great vacation spots.
Yes, this is true.
So what we want to do is we want to share some memes, actual reviews of some of our well-known national parks.
Okay.
We want to share these, and they've been turned into memes. And some of these are like, what? But they're all fun. Okay, so, and by accident, there's a hold screen. Let's just keep the cameras active for this. All right. Actual views of national parks. Survey's going to kill me for the whole screen situation tonight. All right. First review we have is for Sequoia National Park. Absolutely gorgeous up in the Sierras.
Mhm.
There are bugs, and they will bite you on your face. Real review. Our second review will be with, obviously, Crater Lake up in Oregon. Crater Lake National Park. Incredibly gorgeous. But this person thinks just something to look at and to leave. All right. Next one we have is Isle Royale National Park up in Michigan. No cell service and terrible Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Because, we want Wi-Fi and cell service all through the wilderness area of our national park.
No, because you need to Insta, right?
Yes, we do, says Joshua.
Yes.
I don't want to revisit. All right. Next one we have, a little bit closer into us, Joshua Tree National Park. The only thing to do here is walk around the desert. Real review.
Wow.
Yes. Now we go on to Yosemite National Park. Trees block view, and there are too many gray rocks.
Wow. That could be
All I can say is that if the person was in front of me and they're complaining like that, I don't want to enact the smackitude. Okay. Next real review, Yellowstone National Park. Speaking of prismatic spring, save yourself some money, boil some water at home. Total same experience, not smackitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving toward the last, here we have Hawaiian Volcanoes National Park in Hawaii. Don't even get to touch the lava.
Yeah.
I got nothing for this.
That could be bad.
Real review. Let's just say this is called Darwinism at the national park. All right. Next review we have is Badlands National Park in South Dakota. Absolutely gorgeous. The only thing about these about these lands is the entire experience.
Wow.
This is where I do the purse my lips and tilt my head thing, going, guy.
You're like,
Yes. All right. Looks like the last of the reviews that we have for national parks that we're going to be able to share.
okay.
So it's you heard of Arizona Highways magazine?
Yes, I have. My grandparents had stacks of them, and stacks and stacks and stacks of them.
There's reasons. There's some gorgeous pictures in there, but there's one person that wrote an article that how they were standing at Grand Canyon. This is like mid 80s or late 70s to mid to early 80s time period. And she's standing out there with her family, admiring this great view, this inspiring, almost religious experience view of Grand Canyon, South Rim. And the station wagon pulls up with the family, with, I believe, license plates from somewhere back east, one of the big cities.
Okay.
Big station wagon with kids and daughter and wife. Dad gets out of the car, tells everybody, stay in the car. And they're like, we want to see it. And he gets out, says, stay in the car, walks up, takes out the Polaroid, shoots picture. Polaroid, for you kids don't know, is just think of instant like printing. I know, because I know, Savannah, you're going right. Takes a couple pictures, walks back to the car, and says, you can see the pictures when we get home, and drives off.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Wow. Giant hole in the ground, some have described it as.
Wow, that's terrible.
Pretty amazing.
Someone didn't want to go to the Grand Canyon.
What's that?
I think someone didn't want to go to the Grand Canyon.
Somebody just wanted to get over, get the hotel or the kid spot that much. You just want to get the vacation over with.
Yeah, right.
There has been times my folks even tell that, like, my brothers and I would fight like that because you can't put us together dinner table without something starting. We were at each other all the time. And one time we were at Sunset Crater in east of Flagstaff, and we're in the lava tubes. This is like 1985, 84. And you've got a family with 8 or 9 kids, like a Mormon family or ranch family, wandering through the lava tubes, helping each other out, being polite, going, "Thank you, mother. Thank you, father." And then there's my mom, my dad, with my 2 brothers. And we're like, and mom's going, "I'm going to beat your ass." And dad's going, "Ugh." And they're like, they admitted years later, they said they're looking at this family 2.5 times our size, age group, wandering through. And they're looking at us going, "Can we trade?" And my dad actually asked, "What's your secret?" The dad just goes, "We're just lucky." They said it was about that time they were ready to just turn back and go back home, but they went with the rest of the family vacation. But it's like, yeah, we're done. Our kids cannot be tamed. Anyway, do we have any audience that had the same thing?
Not so much. They're just
Lori
talking.
Waldman says, obviously millennials talking.
I know.
We tried. It was a valiant effort.
Yeah, I know.
We're just too cool for school on that.
Carolyn did say that she wanted to try the Salton Sea experience. So that would definitely be interesting for Carolyn. So we may have to let Joshua and Ashley know about that. So Carolyn, we're going to let them know. We're going to give them your phone number so that they can call you and talk to you about that experience. Okay?
Wait by the phone with lots of anticipation. It should be soon.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely love it. I mean, they were just talking about how it's really popular, so you'll probably really enjoy the experience, Carolyn.
Actually, there used to be like good surfing at Salton Sea.
Really?
Yes. Salton Sea, as much as it's a cesspool now and it's receding, there used to be 30, 40 years ago, there used to be like 100,000 people that would come in from around Southern California, go out their water skiing because it was a higher water level, and the salinity of the water was a much lower percentage. And the fishing was epic. There'd be boat races out there and stuff like that.
Really?
But what's that?
I said, really?
Yeah. My dad, my mom, my dad was working a bartender at Salton City when we met my mom.
Wow.
Many years ago. Yeah.
Wow. So Carolyn, we'll check. Actually ask them, tell them that you heard about their show on Late Night Craft Talk, and they'll probably give you a discount. Because she's asking if they'll give her a discount, maybe.
Huge. You saw it when Josh was reacting when Ashley was saying what the prices were.
Yeah. So
I will imitate his reaction.
I know. Okay. It's such a good deal, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. So
it's time to wind down.
Yes, I know. So James, what are we going to do next week?
So next week we are going to talk about the beginning of the show. We'll bring it back down. Let me go ahead and bring up the slide I had prepared ahead of time. Savannah's going, yeah, not my slides.
You had a slide prepared ahead of time?
Yes. I don't make me feel, don't give me that look. Don't give me that. I'm not going to feel.
I'm not giving you any look.
I'm not looking at you. I'm just bringing up the slide because I'm totally prepared for the show.
Okay.
Because, I'm not looking. I see you on the screen right here. Quit doing that.
Doing what? Doing what?
Give me that look. That's no, don't do that. I'm gonna blindfold myself.
Don't rub your head into the 7,000-pound ball of rubber bands.
I need to go over and do the bull run and rubber bands a few more times. I'm just pulling my hat down. I'm not looking at you. Don't give me the look. On next week's show, high school during the pandemic.
I think that would be very interesting to hear about that from people that were in high school during the pandemic.
Who recently graduated or are currently in high school. So yes, folks, next week we're going to have some high school students on. Various grades, but of high school. And I was actually talking to one of the young men about this about a week ago. Who's going to be on the show next week. Granted, for Savannah and I, it's been we've been in school for about 2 or 3 years.
Maybe 3 or 4 years.
Maybe 3 or 4 years. And I'm 29. Savea's 28. So it's
No, I'm 21. What are you talking about?
now I'm giving you that look.
Okay.
What was the look? Okay, let's do a competition. I'm gonna give you the cockeyed look like you just did, and give me the James go to hell. You didn't get my title screens done look. All right, ready? We have our heads cocked the same way. All right, round 2. Ready? I can't hold this face on this. I know we're gonna have a conversation after the show. So
yeah, we don't even have to talk. We could just do our funny faces and people will laugh.
At you with me.
At you.
At you with me.
Okay. All right, James.
Or joining me at you against you. Okay.
So that we are at the end of our show, James.
We're at the end of our show. I am actually looking forward to very much to our show next week with the high school students. I think it'll be pretty revealing because getting them prepped for the show and talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
The insights they have, I'm like, damn, I wish I was that smart in high school. I wish I had that ability to summarize up, and I enjoy learning about it. And I think it's something we all might want to hear about. And these students are handpicked because one, their parents will let them stay up that late, or they're willing to, or they'll be home, which does not mean they're nerds. But
that's not nice, James.
Okay. What's that?
That's not nice, James. You called them nerds.
No, I said they're not nerds. Some of us have a connotation of like, why are you home on a Friday? Well, usually it's because gaming. They're gaming on Twitch or something.
Yeah.
Which has been the saving grace for the pandemic for these people to keep their sanity. Anyway.
Yes.
So, we're talking to them, and I'm just very impressed with talking to them, their observations about it. All the students. One of them actually said that that his friends, when they started going to in-person classes here a few weeks ago, it's like twice a week, that their social skills had lapsed. People that were acquaintances that they knew for school before the pandemic stopped them going to school March of last year, they've lost that acquaintances, so they're like socially awkward, and people they kind of knew are now strangers now.
Wow.
And it's I thought that's damn adept. That's cool.
Yes. So James, this is a lot of stuff that we can delve into next week, right?
Yeah. I just want to say, Sabia's give me that look again. The smiling, like, James, stop. I know. Well,
James,
we tried, but
we're going to be on time today.
So we'll go into this. Next
week we'll talk a lot about this because it's important. So I think that it would be very good for everyone to hear because it's interesting to hear with point of views. That's why we have the show.
Yes.
Right.
So with this, everybody, it's been another episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Very much enjoyed this tonight, our roadshow episode. And with that, as we exit the show tonight, we want to end the show with Sabia give me the look and I give her the tilted head look. Ready?
Okay, well, you want me to answer it this way? Ready?
What? Okay, ready? And good night, folks.
Night.
All right. Close the credits. Oh, ain't he cute? Good night, folks.